Facebook making some big changes in the wake of a scandal that cost the company tens of billions of dollars. Founder Mark Zuckerberg broke his silence a short while ago on the data mining controversy. Zuckerberg admits mistakes and outlined a series of steps to protect user data in light of the privacy furor. He said, quote, "We have a responsibility to protect your data, and if we can't, then we don't deserve to serve you. I've been working to understand exactly what happened and how to make sure this doesn't happen again. While this specific issue involving Cambridge Analytica should no longer happen with new apps, today that doesn't change what happened in the past. We will learn from this experience to secure our platform further and make our community safer for everyone going forward." Now, Jesse, I think a lot of people said, where was Zuckerberg? There was a big meeting of the whole staff yesterday. Zuckerberg's not there. Sheryl Sandberg's not there.
Hiding under the desk.
Is that what you think?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So now they come out with a statement. And what do you think they're acting properly?
Well, I think people believe it's too little too late. They've lost a lot of shareholder value and the stock's taken a big dent. With that said, he had to come out and say something. And he basically said, you know what? It's all in the past. We're moving forward. And there wasn't a lot of real meat on that bone. I read the statement. What did he say? He said we're going to look forward to making sure we don't share your information. The entire business model of Facebook is keeping people's personal data and then shopping it out to commercial interests for profit. I mean, that's what they do. They're like a surveillance company. They get all your data, all your friends' data, and then they give it to advertisers, and the advertisers chop it up, and then they target you. It's what they do. Just to be clear, we said this the other day. The Trump campaign did not use the data that Cambridge Analytica took from Facebook. The Trump campaign only hired 5 staff members from Cambridge Analytica. With that said, Obama's re-election campaign, they actually did what Cambridge Analytica did. And Facebook was okay with that.
Right.
I have emails from John Podesta, who was with the Trump campaign. I mean, who was with the Hillary Clinton campaign, saying we look forward to working with Facebook to elect the female president of the United States. Another, Carol Davidson from the Obama re-election campaign, said Facebook was on our side. So it's a little bit of, they're biased over Facebook. We know they're biased. Come on, they were in the tank for Obama. They were in the tank for Hillary. Now they're mad because they're getting heat because people don't want Trump to have the same access that Obama and Hillary did. Yeah, come on.
I think there's a big difference, but I think there's legal use and illegal use of data.
The laws were broken.
Okay, but you interpret this all in terms of Trump and party politics. Dana, what you're hearing, though, from Zuckerberg is we're going to audit thousands of apps in response to how they use the data. We're going to restrict the use of data by third-party developers. Is that enough? Or do you think, as we saw today, some people saying delete Facebook?
Well, it depends. Well, yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen, but he's facing a lot of different audiences and possible legal problems as well. So you've got the liberals mad at him because of Trump. You've got the conservatives mad at him because of the algorithm. You've got employees frustrated. The shareholders now are filing a lawsuit. The Europeans are mad, and the American government is saying, why don't you come to Washington and explain yourself, because they're going to focus on regulation going forward, which they probably won't want either. The other thing I think that is problematic is the timeline is contradictory. He's like, wow, I spent the last few days thinking about this, but if you look at how the Facebook PR team was pressuring reporters not to report the story that actually eventually came out, that also is at play here.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is basically the arrogance of Zuckerberg and Silicon Valley coming back to bite him in the hiney, as it should. But, this is a comeuppance. It's a $32 billion comeuppance for Zuckerberg. So he had to make a statement. The statement was just okay. It was kind of shim-sham, whatever. But nevertheless, they're going to have to take notice now because they've been exposed. There's a bright light shone on it, so we're going to have some, equality here. Before it was all about, putting down conservative sites and not being able to give them the same equal, treatment and access, and in fact, almost censorship. So this is a healthy thing that it's come to light here, and now we're going to see how it plays out.
And by the way, Greg, apparently they're letting go their chief security officer. What do you make of that?
Devastated over that. We were good friends. Now, the edge that tech companies had over everybody, they were so instantly likable. All these young minds making all of our lives more connected and we became more interesting to other people, and everybody just gave them the benefit of the doubt. Every time they were on TV, they were in hoods. They're always skateboarding, and they had foosball in their office building, and everything was great.
Drinking oxygen water.
Yeah, drinking really. So we overlooked what they were doing behind our backs because they weren't like other corporations. They were cute and they were fuzzy. Meanwhile, Facebook turned us into compulsive sharers. Twitter turns us into bitter scolds. Instagram turns us into stalking show-offs. And then Apple turned us into distracted human beings because we fell in love with our phones instead of our fellow human being. Having said that, we are slaves to the beast. There are no trees outside that are more interesting than what's online. There are no neighbors that are more fun than the cat video. So sorry, trees, and sorry, Gladys. It's over. Tech won.
And you fall in love with robots.
What about us? The Five. You can watch that.